Hi everybody and welcome back to McNulty's Book Corral. Okay, so Halloween is over and I just finished reading Stephen King's Fairy Tale. So this really should have been a Halloween book, but that's okay because it's a great book any time of the year. I was surprised when I saw this on the market. I hadn't heard that it was coming out. I bought it. I loved it. It's been a while since I've really loved a Stephen King book, and I'm a constant reader. The last two that I really got into was Duma Key, followed by Under the Dome. I'm sure many of you remember those wonderful books. And of course, going back, you go back to the classics, Christine and The Shining, Salem's Lot, Pet Sematary, I think is his scariest book. It is a classic. I have all of these packed away somewhere in the other part of the building. Anyways, Fairy Tale just came out. It's about Charlie Reed, and it is a fairy tale. It's beautifully written. It's long. It's about 600 pages. It's not over long. I was actually sad when this book ended because I liked it so much that I didn't want it to end, and that's the mark of a great writer. So Stephen King, tip of the hat to you, bucko. Once again proving that his creative powers are in full bloom with this wonderful book. Highly recommended to get this. He plays with the idea of fairy tales. He makes reference to an incredible high volume amount of other classic books, not just fairy tales. Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes, H.P. Lovecraft, etc. That's not unusual for King, This is really a virtuoso performance by Stephen King. Really wonderful. I'm really pleased that I read it and that I bought it on impulse. I was actually in a Walmart and I thought, Stephen King's got a new one out. I don't follow social media things and so forth that much. I don't really follow authors really. There's a few, but I just wait and see what comes out. Because you'll find out one way or the other and you see them. So I bought Fairy Tale. Just riveting. It really, the first 150 pages really tell the story of the boy's life, his youth, and how he comes to meet this man who has a house that has an entrance to another world. And so the first 150 pages, I've read some of the reviews after I was done, and they kind of thought that it dragged out a bit in the beginning. I don't think it did. I thought he built it up. He set the scene. Stephen King is a master of world building. Check out the Dark Tower series, if you're not sure of that, or an early fantasy he did called Eyes of the Dragon. Yeah, that goes way back. Wonderful books. So Stephen King is back. He never left. He's just so great. But I wanted to get this out there and talk about it because I missed it for Halloween. I finished reading it after Halloween, and it's one of the books of the year. Now, here's the thing. I've already filmed my Books of the Year episode, so somehow I have to go back and insert something saying that this is one of the books of the year. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'll figure it out. It's a technical problem. But anyways, if you're into really well-written, brilliantly written, riveting, compelling, fantastic fantasy, A Boy and His Dog story, good God, Stephen King just kicks ass with this great, great book. I'm really fond of it. Now one of my favorites. The last one I really loved was Duma Key. I did like Under the Dome, and so forth. And a couple of the recent ones were pretty good too. I mean, everything he does is good, but every once in a while he hits that chord, the chord in our soul. The chord he strikes in a reader's soul is what you wait for. And he does it consistently throughout his career. Bless his heart. Bless you, Stephen King. Fairy Tale by Stephen King. Highly recommended. I will see you soon along the dusty trail.